to talk about quantification and unquantification. As always with me, I believe the only good or bad of anything is imbalance. So I want you to consider too much or too little quantification and the effect that has on your life. I'm going to share a little bit of a story, but really I just want you to be able to think about places in your life where it would help to measure things more, or places in your life where it would help to measure things less. That's my only goal today. Very simple. The reason I started thinking about this is because I am on lunch break, and I'm at a small business. I'm at a job where they don't regulate your lunch break. They don't tell you have exactly this much time. Really, it's just like, it's chill. It's just, okay, go take your break. But every time I leave to go to lunch, I look at the clock and I like automatically ask myself, okay, if I go here, how much time will it take? And is that unfair to the business? Blah, blah, blah. Like, at what point am I taking too long of a break, etc. But literally, they've never given me that rule. This expectation is coming from like my Starbucks days or my retail days at Walgreens, where on the dot, if you were on a minute 11 of your 10, a manager was coming after you saying, hey, you're taking a little bit long on your breaks. Your lunches were exactly half an hour, and you just had to always be aware of the time. The clock was your god. That's what I'm used to in my work life. Well, and even my lessons that I teach, which is I'm my own boss of, but like, if I charge a price for half hour, I am giving you a half hour, and I will start at least on the dot, and I don't give you a second less of that half hour that you paid for. Okay, so I'm very used to tracking the clock. But I realized that this is adding stress to my lunches that I'm taking now at my current job. It's stress that nobody else told me I have to have. Literally nobody else is saying, like, in the whole time that I've been here, nobody has said, hey, your lunches are a little bit long. Hey, we need you to get a little bit more done during your days than you are right now. Could you take a little bit less on your time? Nobody's told me that. So it is self-induced. And it means I'm not as relaxed on my lunches. So am I taking a real break? No. If I'm not taking a real break, then am I performing as well as I can when I'm on the clock? No. And am I as happy? No. So this is an example of where quantification has been overvalued. That is measurement of time in this case. It has been overvalued and caused unnecessary stress in somebody's life, and I'm sure it caused unnecessary stress in many people's life. So if you are in a culture or a work environment that is a tyrant when it comes to measuring productivity and time spent on this or that can wear on you, and that is not always a good thing. Does it help them accomplish certain goals? Yes, questionably, because I think that happier, more free, and in some cases just easygoing employees are going to do a better, might do a better job than an employee who is constantly feeling like someone's looking over their shoulder. Measurement past a certain degree can be harmful. Okay, when is it useful? It's useful when you're learning new skills. It's useful for when you're feeling sloppy, technique wise, or like just a skill you're learning. If you feel inconsistent, if you feel that your goals aren't clear and you don't know whether you've been making progress, then measurement is good. So you're learning a new skill, you need to learn how to time whatever motion motions you're doing. You need to learn how many times this needs to happen in order for this to happen correctly. You need to learn how to measure enough material to get this done. I'm being very, very broad, but measurement is always going to help in a learning process, or when measuring your success, or saying, I want to be this good. How do you define this good? Well, it means I want to be able to win this percentage of matches that I play. Okay, cool. There's measurement. There's quantification. Okay. Or I'm a musician and I want to be able to play with my bandmates better. Okay, you need to practice with the metronome so that your drummer is happy. That's quantification. Okay, that's helpful measurement. But then if you're somebody who is so strict to the metronome that when your drummer is playing a little bit more loose or ahead or behind the beat, that you can't follow him or follow the rest of the band, when you can't relax or you can't push the tempo because you're so rigid, then it's back to, okay, you're over measuring, you're over quantified, you need to pull back, you need to relax. Indicators that you need to unquantify are unnecessary stress, are feeling kind of like claustrophobic but with invisible walls. That can, if you're feeling just like psychologically claustrophobic, unmeasure some things. Stop keeping track of every dollar you spend for a while. Stop keeping track of every minute of your day for a little while. Stop trying to be right on the dot for a while. Just relax. That claustrophobia is a sign that there's a grid, a psychological grid on your life, and you're in those lines, you're in those squares. Okay, so it's a feeling that I'm very good at recognizing in myself now. Noticing when I need to dequantify. And so I just made this video because I feel like it's maybe something that people haven't thought about in these terms before. It's very simple. Measure more, measure less. When you feel that some area of your life isn't feeling exactly the way that you want it to feel, you do have control over that. It's a very uniquely human trait. Like the clock is a symbol of the importance we put on measurement. Being able to divide our day into 24 and then 60 inside of those 24 and then 60 inside of those 60s, measuring time to great collective accuracy is essential to a lot of the functions of our society. It's not, you have to be able to turn it on or off. Not the clock, it's always going, but how much you care about the clock, you kind of have to be able to turn off or on, but it is necessary. Our measurement allows us to build amazing buildings. It allows us to build roads and like so many of the things that we need. All your products that you wear or use on a daily basis. Whether your latte tastes good or not, it is all according to the ratios that the barista used to assemble in ingredients. If there's no measurement going on there at all, or if there wasn't measurement in their practice putting together a latte, your latte is going to be inconsistent. So like, this is a very important part of our humanity, but you have to be able to think with your heart sometimes. Think more intuitively, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. There's sometimes we need to be rigid and measure, and there's sometimes we need to be relaxed and more intuitive and measure less. Hope this was helpful to you all. I know I haven't made videos in a long time, just haven't had the mental space, just haven't wanted to, basically, but this seemed like something that'd be fun to talk about. So, see you later.